sunshine, blue skies, marine clouds. Just a perfect day to go outside and relax. That's your forecast. We'll be right back.
Yeah, sunny days, sunny days, sunny days. No clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a...
Welcome back to another episode of The Social Beaches. I'm Kelly Bowling.
I'm Carolyn Smith.
And we are with the Coastal Estate team at Compass. We sell real estate in Brevard County and Indian River County. So if you're looking to buy or sell or just have general real estate questions, give us a call, 321-422-2160. You can leave us a comment on whatever platform you're watching on or send us a DM, or you can email us at hello@coastalestateteam.com.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about some new legislation that just passed. If you're watching this, that means it's probably about a month from now. So recently passed in Florida, where they signed into effect a sales tax holiday on homeowners and flood insurance policy premiums.
And this was news to us because
it's news to us because we didn't know we were paying sales tax on those things.
I don't think that we get a lot of quotes for our clients, and
yes. I've never seen a line item that says sales tax. In fact, I went and looked at my declaration. Yeah. I looked at my policy jacket, which is the whole thing.
Yeah.
And nowhere on there does it say specifically sales tax. Now, there are a lot of fees. So maybe one of those fees.
But I feel like sales tax has to say sales tax.
It should.
So how are
and
we
it should
paying
have
sales
like a
tax?
percentage. Like, what is the percentage that we're paying? We have no idea.
We could use an insurance agent to comment on this.
Yes,
and
please.
Explain to us how we're paying. And I thought sales tax was on sales tax on services. I feel like sales tax is not on. Well, it's not a service.
It's not a service.
What is insurance?
It's a product. I've been told it's a product. So like any kind of insurance policy, it's a product.
It's a product, but it's not a good.
It's not a tangible good.
I feel like goods are taxable. Mm-hmm. Products, what else would be equivalent to insurance? Nothing.
I don't know.
Okay.
Insurance.
Anyway,
so
is equivalent
it's similar to like, we get sales tax holidays here in Florida on at different times of the year on different things, like a school supply and back to school shopping, like clothes and stuff like that on certain items. And then there's one, I was just telling Carolyn, I call it the Murica one. And it's like fishing, camping gear.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
We're waiting for the luxury handbags and shoes.
Shoes, clothing, like our favorite kind of clothes, or makeup.
Yes,
makeup. Sales tax holiday on that, skincare.
Sephora, are you listening?
Yeah. So I was like trying to figure out the sales tax holiday. Like, what does that equate to in dollars? Like, because I can't find that line item anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what's this going to save me? Is this going to be a big deal? So I did some Googling, and I found an article that was released talking about the sales tax holiday here, and said that the average homeowner is going to save $60 a year on homeowners only policies. If they have flood as well, they'll save about $75 a year.
Is the sales tax not on the total cost?
It's supposed to be on the premium. It's supposed to be a tax that's applied to the premium, which again
But that doesn't make sense then, because like if my cost is 75, I can't do math.
Well, they're saying the average. So there could be the people who are paying very little, and then of course there's people that are paying astronomical amounts. So it's somewhere in the middle. Like $60, big deal. I don't care. And my policy, this is only good for 1 year. So if your policy starts after October 1st of 2024, through September 30th of 2025, any start dates on policies through that time will get this applied. It's a one-time. But honestly, the amount that your policy goes up every year is way more than $60.
They need to address the root cause, or we know, but they need to address the actual cost of the policy.
Right.
Because that's what...
I don't care about the sales tax.
Yeah.
Who cares? That's like a small, minute percentage that's applied, but the actual cost...
if it was truly, because we pay, 7% here in sales tax?
Yeah.
So if it was truly 7% of my policy, that would not be minimal. But this doesn't... I feel like maybe it's on a portion of the policy.
We are going to need to consult with our insurance brokers.
And come back to you.
Please. And also, if you are in insurance, explain to us, please. We would love some explanation. And I know there's a lot of you that watch these clips of ours on TikTok that can comment that are in the insurance industry.
Yes.
So here in Florida specifically is what we're looking for.
Yeah, an understanding of this.
Yeah, and we know that insurance has gone up everywhere, not just on single-family homes, but on townhome buildings.
Condos are the biggest, I think.
Yeah.
They've had the biggest like percentage increase because for whatever reason they were getting very, very low insurance. And I don't know if it was the Surfside collapse. Obviously that affected the reserve requirements, but I don't know if that's what has caused the insurance industry to also go, oh my gosh, we have to pay out on that building and people died and it's horrible.
Right.
So the monthly fee, so that impacts your monthly fee. It's not like it's your monthly fee. So these people's monthly fees are like doubling. I saw a girl on TikTok saying that when she's a young girl, and she said when she bought a condo very young, I think in her very early 20s, and she was so excited to be a homeowner, and I think her original fee was under $400 a month. Okay. And it's gone up, and she said, I understand that they're having to do the reserve things. She's going to have an assessment to cover the reserve shortage. But her new monthly fee, and she has an 800 and some square foot condo, $1,800 a month for her monthly condo
Oh my gosh.
fee. Yeah.
That's a lot.
She was crying. She said, and there were a lot of comments. I was reading the comments from other people saying that happened to them, and I'm like, 1,800?
How do you afford it? Like, how do you afford it? That's literally like another place to live.
Yeah, that's just the condo fee. That's not your mortgage, principal, interest, taxes, insurance.
Any other utilities you have to pay? Like, no, that's
1,800.
That's crazy.
She was devastated.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I have a client that they're not. They have a property that's a townhome, and they bought it as an investment property. Yeah. There is no amenity there. There is a gate. There's no pool. There's no park. It's just a little, section of townhomes. And they were paying about $300 a month when she first purchased in monthly fees. They do cover the roofs of the building and the exterior maintenance on the buildings. And now it's over $600 a month. So, I mean, if it's an investment, you've now lost another $300.
Do they know? Does she know why?
Well, I asked her. I said, "What's the reason?" And they told her it's insurance. That the insurance is what caused that jump per unit, $300.
And how old? Do you know how old? Do you remember?
They're not that old. I think they were built in 2008, somewhere around there. They're not old buildings. They're not on the beach side. They're mainland, off of 192, near the mall. And it's how much of it is. Okay, maybe they're having to get their reserves up to a certain number because they're going to have to replace roofs, and they realize
under reserved or something.
And that can happen because the cost of things does go up and fluctuates a lot. So I can see something like that, but it's ridiculous to me, like that doubling. Yeah. Anytime it doubles, no matter how it doubles, there's another townhome association here where their fees went up. They didn't double from last year, but it's like an extra $100 a month. And these are starter homes for most people. So they can't afford an extra $100 a month a lot of times. We
start getting where we're paying the same in insurance that you're paying, for the girl with the 800 square foot condo. Yeah. I mean, $1,800 a month, that might be the same as her principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. So she's paying as interest. So she's paying the same thing for her insurance on her maintenance fee. Mm-hmm. So when you have a condo too, the insurance that you're paying as part of your maintenance fee only is the building insurance.
Yeah, it's not including your contents. You have to have a separate one.
You have to have drywall in. You're responsible for. So you're responsible for your drywall, your cabinetry, your flooring, all that stuff. Drywall in. So you're paying You're actually in insurance paying a lot of money in insurance. Crazy amount. Yeah.
So unless you can afford to self-insure, and I know a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you can only do that if you don't have a mortgage.
Yes. Yes. But even then, I know there was a house that I had some buyers looking at, and we were asking about what is your insurance? And she's like, oh, when they paid the house off, they got a liability only. They don't even have fire.
Regular homeowners.
If they were to have this liability, and I'm like, the cost to rebuild, especially now, do you have enough money in the bank that you're willing to lose all that money? You've paid into that mortgage for 30 years, and you paid it off, all that hard-earned money, and then what if you lost it all, in a puff of smoke, for real? Why wouldn't you insure it?
I couldn't go insurance-free unless it was,
I'm too chicken. That's like a betting game I'm not willing to lose.
It's like a little Russian roulette going on. Yeah, we don't like that.
No.
But I think insurance is something, we've talked about it before on our podcast, and it's something that is just, it's not getting fixed, and it's just becoming such a huge issue. When you own a home, like we own our homes, and you get your insurance bill,
right,
and there's nothing you can do about it. You've done all the things to mitigate the windstorm cost. You've done all the things to get any discounts that are available to you. And then you get, a couple $1,000s a year or $5,000 a year increase in your insurance as a homeowner. That's a tremendous amount.
When I was looking through trying to find the sales tax, my policy jacket that was online had a really nice chart of the different things and how much discount those things get you on your home.
Oh, that's nice.
And then it also tells you if you get this discount, you're maxed out.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Like a hip roof, for instance. If you have that, maxing you out with my carrier. I don't know if it's the same way with every carrier. Also talking about like shutters and like how the nails are attached, like all those different things that you would see on a wind mitigation form. They're all listed there with what that actual discount equates to if you have it. So I thought that was helpful. I didn't know that. I should probably read these things.
But you do max out your discount. So like there's 7 things they look at for the wind mitigation. You may only get where you do all 7, but at the third one, you've maxed out your discount.
Yeah,
they don't provide you all the discount.
No.
Why? Why?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Why don't you get all your discounts?
Yeah. Why not if you fix all of the things? If you put in impact windows and, your nails are put in the right way and you have SWR.
You restrap your trusses.
Yeah. All the
things.
All the things to mitigate it, right? Because it's a wind mitigation.
Yeah.
Then you should be getting maximum credits on that.
Why don't you get credits for all the things you can get credits for? Why do they say, oh, sorry, that's all the credits we're giving you?
Yeah. 30%, no more. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. And again, we would love someone in the insurance industry to explain this to us.
Part of that is because insurance is in the business of making money, not spending it. So
but they are making money.
They're
like
making
if you look at the insurance companies, they're making a lot of money.
They are, for sure.
Maybe they should not make quite so much money.
That would be a little more fair for us average folks that have to pay those premiums, no doubt.
So something's going to have to be done. And condos are real. So if you're buying a condo, we always say this, make sure you read, and it's not always there, but make sure you read the meeting minutes, not just from like the last meeting, but like end of the previous year, the last few meeting minutes, because there'll be little hints in there about are there upcoming changes in the monthly maintenance or an assessment. Are they looking
at some improvement that's going to maybe create an assessment?
Yes.
Yeah, you definitely.
Yes.
If they're not available, ask for them.
Yeah.
They have
Make
to get
sure
them
you
to
get them and get your reserve schedule and don't get in trouble where you're like their reserves are low and anyway.
Yeah.
We just
that's a whole nother
that's a whole nother podcast.
It really
anyway.
is. I think that's it
for
today.
Yeah, that's it. All right. We'll see y'all next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Weather forecast today.